Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. This is my second video and yeah, surprisingly, I haven't given up yet. So for today, I decided to do a small draw with me thing, and don't worry, the quality will still be very bad and everything will be scuffed as always because filming is a rather a new thing for me, so I'm still figuring stuff out and I still don't know what I'm doing, so yeah, please be patient with me. So as to who I'm drawing, I decided to do a base of Howl from Howl's Moving Castle. I don't think the end result ended up looking a lot like him. Maybe it's because of me not adding his jacket or the expressions that are a little bit off. I don't know. Actually have no idea why. As to the art supplies, the medium that I'll be using today, I chose alcohol markers because I feel like it's my main art supply and the one I'm most comfortable with. And as for my process, as you might have seen before, I first start with a sketch done with orange lead, and then I go over the same sketch with a water-based marker, one of those with a fine liner tip. And the reason I do that is because of my sketching materials. The colored lead that I use has a tendency of disappearing when interacting with alcohol marker ink, and it's not just alcohol marker ink, water also will do that. So, to prevent my sketch lines from disappearing on me while I still need them, I always do this. I see it more like my own version of a refined sketch. Here I'm picking the colors that I plan on using today. So I should mention this, always, but like always, keep a swatch page of your art supplies on the paper that you're going to be using, especially if those art supplies are alcohol markers. Doing that is literally a lifesaver and also a time and sanity saver. Also, always remember to protect the pages underneath your drawing with something to protect against the alcohol marker bleed through. In my case here, I'm using a folded up piece of cardstock, but I find that pretty much anything works, even like just plain printer paper will also do a great job at protecting it. The paper in this sketchbook is kind of weird and won't take alcohol markers as well as I'm used to, especially dark colors. That's why I didn't even try to use them here. Everything looks extra patchy and it seems like more layers and passes are needed to cover up like surfaces, which is kind of weird. Yeah, I'm not used to that. But in this illustration in particular, things went relatively smooth than like compared to my other illustrations. This one treated me a little bit better, except the part that it doesn't really look like him at the end, but oh well. We can always win, I guess. I've always had like this really bad time drawing blonde characters for some reason. That's why I picked owl for today, and like specifically the blonde owl. I don't know what's with them, but the yellow and purple colors will just break my my coloring techniques, and yeah, I decided to pick owl because it honestly has been long enough of me fearing and avoiding drawing blonde characters. I think I show at the very end, but I've been like on a blonde blonde character streak on my sketchbook. It's been like, I think this is the third page already, and all of that I'm doing just to fight off my fears of drawing blonde characters. And I think that's like a really good method of learning. Just force yourself out of your comfort zone and don't be afraid of making mistakes. Those are part of the journey, and in the end, you always have learned something new, even if that new thing that you learned was like never repeat that again. And this right here is why you should always keep a swatch page. I picked the wrong yellow for his hair, but fortunately, because my beloved swatches, I was able to correct that very easily. Except the part that I actually didn't. This yellow that I used was the wrong one, but I also quickly was able to correct that and pick the right yellow that I'm painting with right now. As I mentioned before, I'm still figuring out the overall tone and vibe of this channel. I want it to be mainly centered around my sketchbooks and traditional arts, because sometimes I feel like they don't get the love they deserve. All of my social medias are centered around my digital stuff. Uh and I don't think the traditional art gets the love that it deserves, you know? And I have so many sketchbooks that have never seen the light of the day. So, yeah, please let me know in the comments if you have any suggestions or if there's something specific that you'd like to see more from me, and I'll make sure to look into those. So here I'm finally doing the line art step with a darker yellowish brown water-based marker, and I'm only adding this color to the darkest areas to create some sort of line variation. Well, not really the darkest areas. You'll see me when I'm adding this color, I'm skipping some parts and leaving a little bit of that lighter brown that I applied first, showing, because it gives a nice effect. It's like line weight but with color, and it looks really pretty, so I like doing that. So after the line art step, I like to add some extra details with some color pencils. I like adding this kind of blue color and also a saturated color like orange in the shadow areas to make them pop a little bit, make them, just show up, and it gives an interesting effect to the overall colors of the piece. Also, I added a little bit of this yellow to kind of emulate this kind of crystal reflection from Owl's earring. Also added this yellow on his hair, and also a little bit on his eyes. And here I'm adding in the last finishing touches. Literally my favorite step. I love finishing drawings and I hate starting them. So yeah, I was enjoying every single second of this one. But yeah, if you somehow made it until here, thank you for sticking around. And if you see something you like, don't forget to leave a like, maybe even subscribe. Wink, wink. Here I'm showing the final finished page, and I still don't think it looks like Owl at all, but yeah, it's not ugly, it just doesn't look like him. And here, as I mentioned, I'm showing off all those other two pages. Have been on a blonde streak for some reason. But yeah, this is all for today. Hopefully, we'll see each other in my next video. Bye!